You have a little notice that says you need to allow the recording. For those of you who want to play the home game. Okay, now, judo, kick us off.
Good, good. 後ろ回って右利きと帯を直す。はい。正面。先生に礼。お願いします。
どうぞお願いします。
先生方に礼。どうぞお願いします。先生に礼。こんばんは、先生。
Konbanwa, everybody. Happy New Year. Welcome to our first class of 2025. All right. We'll warm up. Sensei, it'll be nothing that you can't handle. If you have any questions or anything, just feel free to shout out. First out, we'll just start a nice Hekadach and say yes. You couldn't talk Lucy into coming to train?
No, I tried.
All right. See, she's gonna miss this wonderful decor. Back to middle, say no, Lucy's not gonna come. Sensei's lovely wife, Lucy, is his senior student in walking deaf machine, but apparently she's still taking time off. That's okay. I tried to get him to come down here to the Buddha basement, but maybe that was too creepy. Stop back to middle, take it around. Oh.
Probably big ice spiders in there.
It's no, there's no ice spiders. Actually, I got a heat register right there. Take it the other way.
It was almost 90 degrees here the other day.
Oh my God. It's like minus 20 here right now. Back to middle. Take your arm, take it around.
It's a lot cooler now. It's like 50, 55, 53.
Practical ice age. Take it across your body.
Hey man, you get what you pay for.
And switch. That's it. I know. Take it across. So I was thinking as I was shoveling some snow yesterday, I was like, I could be just looking at the leaves laying there, but no. All right, back to middle. Heel down, finger up. Reach for the rafters.
If I wanted that crap, I would have just stayed where I was and not moved.
I wonder how deep Bridget is digging down. Attack.
I don't know.
One of my other students moved to Colorado. So, but I don't know much. My friend in Montreal, attack, is they've got no snow on the ground. Montreal is like still cool, but yeah, attack. I slept weird the other day and my neck started back metal, hands on your hips, take them around.
By the way, I got the announcement for Adarachi's Kobudo seminar.
Okay.
I'm like, that's a little it's a little brash having one in March and then having camp in June.
Yeah, that's
not gonna be able to do both of those.
back middle. Knee less, just taking your knee up, sensei, taking it around and put it down. Left leg first, alternate legs, right. Patrick. Yeah, I don't know, maybe they're just figuring he'll get one and then not the other. Somebody will come from the Buddha. There's just, the Kaijo's gonna cover now, this is the question. Alright. Back to middle. Breathe in, breathe out.
Choice. I'd kind of like to go to an Eider Hanshi Kobudo seminar.
Yeah,
I've never been to one. I would like to.
yeah, he's been doing those for a while, and I don't know why they don't get more traction.
Then again,
Deep
I
breath,
get a new job.
relax. Say again?
I get a new job. I might not have vacation time to do it anyway. So
And negotiate that. Tell me you have a, going up, tell me you have a cultural, heck, have it. My my webcam, I don't think it's a problem with my webcam, I think it's a problem with Zoom, because when I switch cameras, it comes back. Switch them out?
and yet no one else seems to have that problem.
Well,
If it was Zoom,
that is because I, my friend, am an iconoclast.
fair enough.
Big deep breath in. Let it out. Get a little farther. Stretch it out for 2025. Okay. Or slide it in if you end up doing something. All right, Miggy Ashley shoot. Gonna do just it's a stretch. It's not really an axe kick, but it's just stretching them on up. Come on. Attack. All right. And these are just crescent kicks kind of out. Same thing, foot flat. You just doing kicks out.
Right.
Come on, Patrick. Right. Patrick. All right, back, take it out. Roll your ankles. In and out, out in. It's good stuff. Oh, I forgot to bring my books that I got for Christmas. I got American Combat Judo from 1959. And the Manual of the Martial Arts by Ron Van Cleef.
Ah, the Master Ninja.
And the one from 1959 is kind of cool because it's guys in the 50s and so they're in these really tight swim trunks and like they're like doing all these like cranks and throws and whatnot. Arms out, wait, bye-bye.
I got the 35th anniversary 4K remaster of Kickboxer.
Good, good. But so you had to break the brick to get it on it's like it's kickboxer. So.
Had to
Oh,
drop
Robert?
it from the tree.
Say, come here. Don't play there. Don't play there. I told you about defeating the whole cast of Kickboxer, didn't I?
No.
In one night. There it was.
Huh.
in Honolulu. Grab the ball, whoop, and roll it. There I was at the grand opening of the Planet Hollywood in Honolulu. And I was, after we'd done the show, they invited us up to the party afterwards. So I was wandering around and looking at all the stuff in the ceiling and walking around. And I looked down and there's Jean-Claude Van Damme. Because he's like this tall. I ran into him and made him stumble, and then his big honking bodyguard about killed me. All right, click your fingers. And then slightly later, I was reeling out my cable. I was cranking it in, and it stopped, and I yanked it. And when I looked over, I had tripped Dennis Alexio, who played his brother.
Ah,
Dennis Alexio, who also worked in the same gym I worked at. Slightly apart.
Huh.
The whole line, but yeah. So one night I took out the main cast of kickboxing.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a claim to fame. Okay, grab the gi. I don't know if it's a claim to fame or a dubious honor. That's what happened. And I also shook Sylvester Stallone's hand that night. So I had a draw with Rocky.
So it seems like the muscles from Brussels should have probably just been nicknamed Brussels sprout.
He's wee, man. I mean, I was like, because I was looking up like there, so just above my sort of thing.
Huh.
He's like, hey, he did splits. Anyway, all right, good. That's a little warm up. So let's do 25 basics. Simple. Sensei, we usually walk when we're doing our basics. We'll do 20. 5 up, 5 up, 5 up. All right. And just follow along, you'll be good. Cool. All right. Number first. Step down plunge. On 5 and 10, Sensei, we do 3. 1, 2, 3. So it'll all work out. Yep, and there's a Kihon at 5 and 10. Kihon as much as you wish. Come on. Hips. Knees. Salt. Shoot. Go. Rip. 6. Touch. Cute. You. Hips. Knee. Salt. Shoot. Go. Rip. Hitch, touch, kick, do. Do now, Joe. What's next?
Same thing, high punch, target bridge of the nose or just underneath the septum. Come on. Hits. Hit. Swamp. Hit. Go. Hey. Hits. Hits. Two. 2. 3. Hits. Hit. Hit. Go. 6. Touch. 2. 2. 3.
Number next, Adam.
Straddle stance. Yep, next you're gonna be a straddle stance. Left foot out on the count. We're gonna sweep under the punch. Punch with the opposite hand, block with the same hand.
That'll be a sweep,
Right?
punch, and a block. Standing still, just in a hiccup, Sensei.
Itch. Knee.
Yep.
Son. Chi. Go. Rook. Chich. Touch. Two. Two. Hitch. Knee. Son. She. Go. Rook. Shitch. Watch. Two. Two.
Alright, back, you get Jushiro. Uchuke, crossbody block. Basically just sort of punch and straight across your body, sensei. Then turn out, then foot out. Come on, hits. Hit. Salt. Cheek. Go. Rip. Hits. Touch. Shoot. Two. Hits. Knee. Salt. Cheek. Go. Rip. Hits. Touch. Shoot. Two. We'll do the first 10 moderate pace. Let's do the second 10 a little bit faster on the blocks, please. Do not turn.
Hey, single bone blocks. This will be a cross, blocking with that outside bone in the body.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Boom. Yep. Bone, left hand out. First, left foot forward. Nigashi Yushiro. My hits. Knee. Toe. Two. Go. East. Hurt. Six. Hats. Cute. Two. Eight. Hits. Hit. Top. Hit. Go. Eight. Six. Hats. Cute. Two. Eight.
Next, Shuto Uke. Hitch. Knee. Son. She. Go. Rook. Shitch. Touch. Give. Two. Hitch. Knee. Son. She. Go. Rook. Shitch. Touch. Give. Two.
Step double punch. Once more. So step, the Kihon circle punch. Come on. Hits. Hits. So. Cheek. Go. Rip. Six. Hits. Shoot. Two. Hits. Knee. So. Cheek. Go. Rip. Six. Hits. Shoot. Two. Gotcha.
Yadanuke. Low block. Matt. Migi Ashi Yoshiro, right foot back. Hits. Hit. So. See. Go. Hurt. Six. Hats. Hit. 2, 8. Hits. Hit. So. See. Go. Hurt. Six. Hats. Hit. 2, 8.
Churanuke. Hitch.
Go block.
Ni. Son. Shi. Go. Rook. Shich. Hutch. Ku. Ju. Hitch. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. Rook. Shich. Hutch. Ku. Ju.
Good, okay, high block. Just like you, Sensei. Hits. Knee. So. Chi. Go. Right. Six. X. Two. Two. Hits. Knee. So. Chi. Two. Right. Six. X. Two. Two. Good.
First, that's gonna be a fun one. Right foot back. You're gonna punch, reverse punch, kick underneath. So, Chudanski, Maigiri, step down until you get to the last one. So number 5, you're gonna punch, kick, and step back. And from then on, you're going to punch off the lead leg and kick off the lead leg and then step back. So we'll pause at in the first run, we'll pause at 5 or 10 to make sure you're on the right foot. But in this case, start with right foot back, left foot in front, left hand out. And then again, reverse punch and kick under on the way up. Come on. Hits. Hit. Hook. Kick. Go. Punch, kick under, and step back.
Hey.
Switch. Yes. There you go. 6. Hats. 2. 2. And step forward. So put that foot down forward. 10 more. Come on. Hit. Hit. Go. Hit. Go. 6. Hats. 2. 2. 8.
Step. Ichime Zuki.
Step single punch.
What?
Sensei.
One punch.
Hitch. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. Rook. Shich. Hutch. Ku. Ju. Hitch. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. Rook. Shich. Hutch. Go. Ju.
Number next, my getting. So it's gonna be hands on your hips, same thing, kind of the last one. You're gonna kick. On number 5, kick, step back. Then you kick off the front leg, just like you did with punch kick under. Migi, Hakutsuru. 5. Hits. Knee. Top. Chin. Go. Step back. Drop. Sit. Touch. Cute. 2. Hits. Knee. Top. Chin. Go. Drop. 6. Touch. Cute. Goes. Do that.
So this next one, I'm gonna demonstrate it forward on, but we're gonna generally we'll turn to the side, give yourself more room. So on the count, this is Mayukite Yoko Kingeri. So we're gonna block without setting down, spin, front kick to the side, and set down. So block, front kick to the side, and then we'll switch feet. So alternate feet back and forth. Okay.
Sensei, it's just like you're blocking that kick, moving it away, and then kicking. Like inside the leg. Hey! Boom!
And turn sideways if you need to for more room so you don't kick any of your furniture.
And
Starting with
Sensei, it's alternating legs, starting with the left.
right. Starting with your left. Come on. Hit. Right leg. Hit. Stop. Hit. Go. Hey. Hit. Six. Hatch. Two. Two. Three. Hitch. Hey. Top. Hey. Go. Hey. Six. Hatch. Two. Two. Three.
Next is shin kick. Gonna be feet together. Gonna raise your knee across. Down to 45. Back up. Back to feet together. Start down to the left. Hitch. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Rub. Shich. Hatch. Two. Ju. Hitch. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Rook. Shich. Hatch. Two. Ju.
Number next, Yokogeri. Same thing, just a little bit higher. Left leg first, alternating sides. Look, make sure you're not kicking over a Christmas tree or something.
Hey.
Come on. Hits. Knee. So. Cheek. Go. Prep. Sitch. Hatch. Kick. Two. Hits. Knee. So. Cheek. Rope. Cinch. Hatch. Shoot. Shoot. Good.
Roundhouse kick. Miyasu shooter. Right foot back. We'll just do
Moshigeri.
this. Yep, Moshigeri. Roundhouse kick. Let's do this at middle level. Middle
Hey.
level, floor ribs, that kind of area. Am I? We'll do all the kicks on one side and then we'll switch. Am I?
Hey.
It's hit. Hop. Hit. Go. Hey. Hit. Six. Hats. Two. Two. Eight. Attack. Switch. Hits. Hit. Top. Hit. Go. Eight. Hut. Six. Hats. Two. Two. Eight.
All right.
Straddle stance. Going to lift the blade, going to side kick to the front. Going to hit their knee, blade of our foot.
The Zimpo
Alternating side
Yokogeri
on your
is what
left.
they call it. That's what they call it. Sensei Zimpo Yokogeri. Front kick to the side. Or side kick.
Itch. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Rup. Shich. Arch. Go. Ju. Itch. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Rup. Shich. Arch. Go. Ju.
And next. Maybe at the show. Oh, no, that, sure, yeah, right?
Right.
My bad. Do that.
Everything out of order.
It's 2025. I'm gonna throw everything out.
Exactly.
If not, I can blame it on Sensei. He threw me. All right, heels together, Sudash, hands to hands. Yoshido Getty. So look the direction you're going, leg up, kick, up, down. Alternating legs, left leg first.
Right.
Look behind you. The stuff you break may be your own. Come on. Hits. Knee. So. Shoot. Go. Drop. Cinch. Touch. Two. Two. Hits. Knee. So. Shoot. Go. Rope. Cinch. Touch. Cue. Do. So I'd like to remind everybody of this. What's the number one rule of the dojo?
Every kick stops and starts the same way.
Every kick starts and stops the same way. Yeah, especially this one. See, Sensei, you know the number one rule. All right. What's number next? Do not turn.
Yokogiri, Maigiri.
Hey,
Mikiyashi Ushiro. Right foot back, hands on the hips. On one count, drop side kick, front kick without setting down, and then we'll sit down. Boom. Side kick, front kick. We'll do
hey,
one side, and then we'll do the other. All right?
hey.
Hitch. Hit. Pump. Hit. Go. Ease. Hurt. Sitch. Hatch. Shoot. Shoot. Untie. Switch feet. Hitch. Hit. Swap. Shit. Go. Six. Hatch. Shoot. Shoot.
Go back, we're now going to flip that. And do the front kick first, then the side kick.
Hey.
Good. Itch. Knee. Son. She. Go. Run. Sitch. Watch. Two. Two. Switch. Itch. Knee. Son. She. Go. Rub. Sitch. Touch. Two. Two.
Down block. On this one, this is sort of the recovery phase on this, so you're gonna go up fast and then back slow. Big deep breaths. Just push them out.
Sensei, I'll be right back.
Hey. Our workouts are so hardcore, even my senior students can't handle it. All right. Mikiyashi Shiro. So you're gonna go up 5 fast, back 5 slow, rinse and repeat. Come on. Hits, knee, salt, sheet, go. Rub. Cinch. Hatch, take deep breath. Two. Two. Up fast, hits, knee, salt, sheet, go. Rub. Ditch. Hutch. Two. Two. And there's no dynamic tension there, that's just relaxed breathing. Adam, attack.
This one's walking reverse punch. So left foot forward, right hand forward.
Yeah, because
Hitch. ni, son, shi, go, rup, shich, hach, go, ju, ich, ni, son, shi, go, rup, shich, hach, goose, ju.
Got you?
Yeah. It was just bleeding on the carpet, so I had to take care of it.
The carpet. First blood of 2025. My guys. All right, what's next, Drew, don't you?
We just did reverse punch.
Hey,
So we count lock or lock, come up underneath, sweep, jab. So on the step, middle block, take your opposite hand, come up underneath, grab, pull.
Hakutsuru.
Hey, so the original blocking hand is what's actually going to do the strike. Block, sweep, strike. It's a nukite to the chokehold.
And Chinonuke, Kakeuke, Nikite.
Hey. My left foot in front, left hand out. Step with the right, come on. H. Lock. Hey. Knee.
He's pretty good.
So. Shoot. Go. Yeah. Go. 6. Huts. Hit. 2. Ace. Hit. Hit. So. Two. Go. Yeah. 6. Huts. 2. 2.
That was the one I broke out for Clayton Sensei when I visited while you were in Okinawa. And he was like, "Come on, the basic," and I was like, "Okay, let me give him one that'll blow everyone's mind." So, there we go. Sensei, since it's the New Year's, why don't you give us one of your? This is where we normally do knuckles and push-ups and planks and whatnot. But why don't you give us one of your fine basics that I've been enjoying these past few months?
Okay, sure, thank you. Uke kogeki. So when what we are Kibadatch, outside edges of the feet are forward, feet are in line, feet are a little wider, shoulder width, and we sink deep, like we're sitting down.
Okay.
And our hands are going to circle up and then waist turned. So we come here, one hand's behind the other. The elbows are close together. Front hand sweeps, back hand punches. There, okay, good, all right. Okay, so we'll do 2 counts. So each, knee, each, knee, each, knee, each, knee. Good, all together, each day, each, knee, son, sheep, go. Good. Kotai, other side. Okay. So we got each, knee, each, knee, each, Ni. Ichide, 1 count. Ich. Ni. Sun. Shi. Go. Thank you. That's in our system, we call this uke kogeki, which means to receive and counterattack.
Ah, nice. We're big fans of, doing things at once. That's kind of what the unspoken word in our basics is. This a hand is doing a parry or something. So like on the block sweep jab, that's the thing is when you this comes in, this becomes a parry for your block sweep jab. So and then when we do the black belt versions of these, we'll do block and a kick and then block and a same time. So it comes up cool. Hey, 7:30. Awesome. Nice. All right. So yeah, I normally do push-ups and whatever, but it's post-holiday, so maybe we'll hold off on that one. All right, good. Ironiko. Hey, namaste. Ironiko, go to the well, get a drink of water. And then we will, as it's known. I don't have the taco, so I just do it empty-handed, but basically this is it for you. Oh, that worked out nicely. So let's see if I can remember how to do this. Come in. Supposed to slide the taco off. Come in. Boom. Block. One. Block 2. Down block. Down block. Block. Gonna neck off your dash. 1, 2, 3. Here, I'll be this towards the camera. Block. So you step at an angle, 45. Punch. 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 Now you're gonna turn to the 180. So we do this number. So from there, I'm gonna do this. Lock down. Lock up. Lock down. Now here's the thing I was talking about. Step in. Shuto. All right. You're gonna do like a high block and a punch underneath. Boom. Come back. Up 1. Up 2, yep. Step in. Shuto. Right. Step in, punch. All right, I gotta move up there a little bit. Step around with the right. Do a double strike.
Do you step behind?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
That's another one down low. Yeah, hang on. So I'm going to the rear, so let me make sure I'm going the right way. Oh, it's on backwards. So yeah. So low step up high block, punch again. Right. 3 punches, 1, 2, 3. Feet together, and then you're doing like a kind of like feet on something. Right. Gonna step around behind you and come up. And when you do that, you're now facing the front where you started.
Oh,
Right. So you can gear, you turn around and you come up, take a dutch. Punch 1, 2, 3. Right. Up. Out. Back. Down. Step. Cool move. Right. Step down. Up. Out. Down. Step. Cool move. Down, up. Back. Up, back. Around. All right, step in. Now you're gonna shuffle back and switch your hands. Then you're gonna come in. You come in. Up, around. And then what you're supposed to do is you slide the techo off here. And slide the techo off and you bring them right so your foot comes right. You're back. Then you're done. So, boom, 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 boom. Open. So it's just like, it's almost very Kimbo-y, right? Boom, in front. Boom. Right. Down block. Middle block. Look. 1, 2, 3. Down block. Middle block.
Wait, are you facing the side or are you?
Side. Sorry.
Okay. Be the
Where
right
do you
side,
be?
okay.
Yeah, right side.
Well,
Down block, no.
right. Okay, so, okay. So you haven't been going forward, you've been going back and forth, side to side, right?
Right, yeah. So when you start out, you're here, you do the thing, you step forward.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Right.
And then pivot. Pivot. Pivot,
Okay. Okay,
turn.
okay.
Then down to the front where you started. And this one's, you're going to the 45, 45, 45, and this one you're stepping in.
Right.
So now you're gonna go to the rear.
Right.
Down. Up. Out. Together. Right. Step to the left. Should do okay. Then up. I lock it up. Back to middle. Up, out, together. Step. Should do okay. Step in, I lock. Okay. So on this one, so now you're here, you're gonna step around with your right foot. Out. Step around with your left foot down. There you go. Then step in with your right foot. High block. Okay. And then, so from there, when you do a high block, an uppercut, and then you just punch 1, 2, 3. And then you're doing the uppercut, double bone block. Whatever, right? So now you step around to the left with your left foot, you come around. And bring it back. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, you're pick it up. 1, 2, 3. Up. Out. Down. Step. Cool move. Back in the hikadash. Up. Out. Down. Step right. Cool move. Up. Out. Down. Step in. Shuffle back. Right. Then come in. The other. Out. Together. And that. Maybe a couple things I missed there, but that's basically about it. Now, you remember right there? Oh, he's gonna go get his pecker.
Actually, just easier to hold them than to try to do it open hand. There we go.
Yeah, I get pens if I don't have it, because with when I have a pen, I don't have a pen. But if I were to have a pen, I would use that like when I'm punching, instead of punching with the pokey bits, I would punch with the actual pin bit. And use that as the sort of hooky thing.
Oh yeah, this is much more comfortable.
Yeah, yeah, see, so when I take it without empty hand, so then I really start thinking, and this is where you come in, Drew, don't you? Is I'm here and I'm like, okay, so first move is that, right? That. I forgot that part. So I'm going like, okay, let's take. So so I need to do that. So I'm thinking about, it's on here, it's bam, either doing it, I'm popping it that way, or I'm hooking it like with these guys, like it's doing sort of like an inverted sort of Uzi Watsons. Right. And then coming, pop it, pop. And we can throw like, if you want, it all depends on you, what's going on. So this, I mean, you can kind of keep your hands open if you're thinking about some of these, kind of like what Sensei was doing with that kind of punches.
Right.
And then you're here, so I mean, you could go, get some sort of crane stuff there. Are there any cool crane moves that are a version of that?
I mean, sure. I mean, just for the opening of Matsumura Hakutsuru,
Hey.
it's stuff you'll find familiar,
Wait a minute.
right? Kick. Like that doesn't look incredibly craney at all, except for that little bit. But that's how it starts off. But then it's this.
Yeah.
So there are motions, like I think in those kata, just in the beginning kata, there's like this little number, and there's also these kinds of things as well. So it really kind of depends on what you want that strike to be. So in the time that I've been working with Eder Hanshi that I've been learning, you're either hitting with the back of the hand and letting the fingers flick into, or you're actually using the fingertips as a strike to the eyes or to a soft position, or coming up under. I mean, there's all sorts of techniques you could do. So I guess the question is, the whole thing that I'm getting about crane is that it's, again, knowing when to be soft and redirect or move or use the opponent's momentum to put them where you want them to be and when you want to be hard for strikes. So, you know, just in that basic kata, the last thing that it does right here, so if you're gonna do this, you know, you've done this, it's this, which is just like what you were doing. Boom, right? So it's those blocks, it's just open hands and where are you splitting hands or are you striking? Are you striking? You know, what do you want to do with it? That's what it feels. So,
Yeah,
you know,
because with
this is
with
very
that-
much crane
yeah,
kind of stuff, as is this, right?
right,
You know, you could do with that.
yeah. Yeah, so that's what, so with the Techo, the thing that I think is cool is there's way more striking surfaces on there. I mean, everyone looks at it and, you know, it's called a fist load weapon, right? And so you're thinking about you're punching, but there's the pokey bits. Like, let me see yours, Adam. Do you have a pokey bit on the side?
On the side.
Okay, mine has, it's got, you know, on both ends, it's got just a little pointy. So, you know, you can use that to like hit and hook and whatever. And then it's got the spikies on the side. So you got that punching surface. You've got, you know, that striking surface on, because it's on both sides. And then you've got the blocking or striking surface on it. So it's got like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
got multiple like things.
So-
you can,
Are the points across
yeah,
the knuckles or are they on the back of the
Yep.
hand?
yes. So you move it around, like when you're
Okay.
punching, you know,
Yeah.
or you let it slide. As demonstrated by my lovely assistant Adam.
Okay.
You move it around a little bit.
So flip it over. Okay. So I guess my question would be there's, you know, this kind of notion, this, you know,
Oh, okay,
I always
yeah.
call it chicken head, right? Which is it's like that drill that we have with the pad, right? Coming up
Okay.
underneath, right? But you're striking with the back of the hand. This is why we do the push-ups ostensibly. This is why we do the push-ups on the back of the wrist, right? Is these, right? There's this motion a lot. So if that teku, you know, if those spikes are on the back of the hand, that puts them in prime position for, you know, those kinds of strikes. You know, if you rotate it as you're coming through, so maybe if it's down here, if you know, rotate it up to the back of the hand and then punch here or hit here.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan does it a lot in Legend of Drunken Master, right? These kinds of strikes, right? These kinds of hits.
Yeah,
So you can do that I think Teku would be brilliant in that particular response. And, you know, from Crane, there's this notion as well, but there's also this idea of striking with the fingers and then grabbing,
Yeah,
right?
that's-
Grabbing,
that's what I was
like
just-
pulling and spreading, or spreading.
so I was just thinking for that part where you do that. Is, yeah, it's the same thing as like, you know, do sort of an open hand, you know, like kind of like inverted Seisan and pull it back in.
Right. Yeah.
And then,
Or you could always do it instead of doing it at split level, at the same level,
sure,
you
yeah,
know, manipulate it as well. But you could do that, and you know, there's also the notion of catch and redirect, right? You
Yeah.
know, something comes in, boom, the redirect, move it out of the way. It's, yeah. From what I've seen, from what you did with the Teku, it sounds like someone had, you know, took a crane kata and was like, hey, what if I use this, I don't know, whatever the origins of the Teku was, a stirrup or, you know, bread kneader. I don't know what the was, but you know, anything, even with a soft hand, with something like a Teku, having that bar on the bottom gives you that much more grip leverage and focus of pressure.
Yeah.
So it almost seems like somebody took a Hakutsuru kata and was like, what if my hands aren't empty?
Right. Yeah, but still, I mean, that's what it's like the Filipinos took that concept away from the Okinawans. Yeah, it's the same thing. Well, I mean, that kata that you're doing, that's kusanku, one you did before. That's
Oh, right.
that's kusanku. So
That's how it starts. But then
starting to
you
eat
know,
on
at
ourselves.
that point, the similarity ends because then it's all wings snapping. It's all about snap techniques. You know, really very focused.
Yeah.
It's much more. Hakutsuru is much more about being, I think, loose most of the time, but being able to really focus your body's energy on a small point.
Yeah.
in
And
a
that's
very
why
quick snap.
that's a very apt analogy, because when I'm doing Teku, that's kind of what it is. It's you're doing whatever, but you're focusing it right there on that or that. Much so more so than like when you're doing sign, you're blocking and you're striking. You know, you have the weight of the well, even with these guys, is you're dealing with the freaking striking. You know, you're letting this do a lot of the work. You're not really putting as much of your body into it. But with the tech group, you're putting yourself in that position, but you're driving that to like, because I mean it's metal and it's whatever, but there's wood versions and whatnot. Probably more likely there were more wood versions than there were metal versions. And anyway.
So that was going to be my question, though, as far as like it looks like the ones that Adam are metal.
Yeah, mine are metal.
I guess my question is, are they fairly heavy or are they fairly light? Because I'm just
mine are steel.
I'm just trying to think, because a lot of
12 ounces.
12 ounce. Okay. So my only concern with the Teku would be that they don't seem like they're tight on your hand, which means you'd have to be careful when you open your hand that they could come off or that you could drop them, right? So you'd have to keep your hand upright such that the bit, for lack of a better term. Yeah, right. You'd have to you have to be conscious of keeping the Teku on your hand, whatever it took to do that, as well as the added weight.
Right.
So if you're gonna do something like this, you would be conscious. You could potentially be hampered by having that and having it be loose. It would be one thing if it was somehow like tied or secured to your hand. And
one of the reasons why I think it's a 5th and 6th dan supposed kata is because you're constantly adjusting.
Yeah.
The first pair I had was too big. It was the second pair I had was custom made for me by an artisan there in Austin. One of Tayoka students. He makes it. And so he kind of measured my hand a little bit. And actually, I think he made some for Tim. and he had those measured. And, or Tim measured his hand or whatever, and he made those and sent them to him. Anyway, yeah, it makes a big difference. If it's too tight, you can't really manipulate it. If it's too loose, it's too much to manipulate. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I just, I was just kind of wondering that adds a new dimension on it, that it seems to be, it seems to me, it has the subconscious effect of probably you wanting to have your hand closed in a fist more often than open, just because when it's closed, it's secured.
Yeah.
And you know where the weapons are. When it's open, even if you're holding it on with your thumb like Adam was doing, I mean, there's a chance, something gets under it and it still pops out, right? It's not as secured as it would be if you're holding it. So my only hesitation would be, and only because I haven't worked with them myself, I don't have any experience working with them, would be the subconscious kind of, desire to keep your hand closed to secure it and not lose the weapon, and forcing you to concentrate a little bit more on the weapon than the actual technique. So
Yeah, those are all true facts. Yeah, I mean, it took quite a while of me getting used to, because you're doing this part and that's kind of cool. But then like here is one way, in my mind, it's one way of blocking, and one way of blocking. And then this one is, you got the pokey things, block. And then, you'd have to manipulate them. So it took a lot of that, like having to move your hands. For me, Adam may have different mileage, but like move it and kind of, while I'm in flight, shift it to where I wanted it, block, and then get that to the punchy area, punch, and then you shift it back to block. Because I'm punching, just like, it's this way when I'm punching, but it's this way when I'm blocking. Unless I'm blocking with the pokey part, right? So it was like, no, what am I blocking with? What am I doing? Yeah, that's why I think it's a little bit higher, because there's more micro movements going on.
For sure. And even your open hand techniques, you're encouraged to keep your thumb in, and to keep the teku in place, right? Unless you're doing this. If you're doing this, of course, gravity, anything like this, gravity is going to keep it on. Right. But if you're doing this, and Hakutsuru seems, it's an outgrowth of, Tuity fits so naturally within Hakutsuru, right? Just about any Hakutsuru technique you do, you can do Tuity because your thumbs, and the implication is you're either redirecting or you're grabbing, and so that would be something to think about and be wary of. It would potentially take some modification maybe to get comfortable with the teku to do some of those techniques, depending on the orientation of your hand. That being said, something like doing this, the block here, these blocks, right? That's fine. It's like when you get here that I would think the problem would come. Right? Because as you come down, if you don't tighten your hand, then those teku are coming off. So you've got to tighten, which is fine. It's just a micro movement to think about that might not be present here, in Hakutsuru. So that being said, I think there's a lot of techniques that are rife for, a block. So one of the techniques is you do come up under the chin, grab and separate, pull down, kick, and then you do a nukite, and then it's like, maybe they punch, you block, right, pull it the side of your head, and nukite again. And with teku, having those spikes on the back of your hand, that's going to make them definitely think twice, right? And then even you could flip them down right? But even if you kept them up and just hit with this, so instead of
Yeah.
doing Nukite, you hit right with that metal bar.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna do some serious damage. So I can see that kind of, you know, technique where you were talking about, you know, or even this, right? Maybe not so much for this one, but for this top one, you know, hit them with those bars,
The bars.
you know, leave some bruising.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I mean, they're good, so, I mean, when. Immediately, well, remember that, what we did a couple of years ago, we did the Sharpie Jutsu class. And I mean, a lot of that stuff was. You know, I took it straight from Teku, like blocking inside with the pokey bit, bam, blocking outside with the pokey bit, bam, blocking straight with the pokey bit, you know. And
Adam,
then,
can I see your? Can you bring your Teku up to the camera again? The inner part of the hand. Can you flip your hand up? Okay, okay, okay. So there's a little bit of thing, but there's not any pokey parts.
No, yeah,
other
mine are
than
pokey
just the
parts.
length of the bar that goes a little bit outside the width of your hand. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's just weld.
Okay. That's what I wanted.
Like, I think some of them, but if they screw together instead of get welded together, they use that as the kind of an end. You hit them with the screw head, but
Yeah. But mine, I think he built it, it was a bar. And you know, it was kind of like rough cut, kind of sort of, so it was pokey out, and then the back part was welded to that. It wasn't welded to the ends, it was welded to actually to the bar. So they carried over another 1/8 of an inch, or maybe a 1/4 of an inch, but it was kind of at a point, so you could use it as a poke.
So are these similar basis techniques for those like self-defense keychains
Yeah,
that they
couple
market
times,
back
yeah,
in the day? The spikes that have the 2 spikes that you put between your fingers that you're supposed to like just clench your fist around. And
yeah, yeah, arguably. They
Okay.
basic same concept. A lot of that fist load weapon stuff is all the same. I mean, that's, you know, I did that thing with the lip balm with the chapstick, defending yourself with the chapstick. Yeah, yeah, it was from that, right? It's just it's something to load up your hand when you're punching or striking. It tightens that hand up from a self-defense standpoint, but from a offensive point, you can use it to strike, you know, hook, use it for pressure points and stuff like that. So. And so that's the same. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, well, I'm gonna keep working on that, and I encourage you, Judanta, as the leading scholar in Hakutsuru research, right, Kihon, is to maybe think about that, you know. So I think taking it
there's
as
a
our
class-
kata.
There's a class tomorrow night, I think, and so I'll actually see if I can ask Hashi Ader if Teku is like direct from Hakutsuru or what kind of influence it had.
Right, you're gonna get me kicked out of the federation and be like, you shouldn't be teaching that. Get
I'm just
That
gonna
is not for
ask
your
because
house.
I'm like, hey, I saw the Teku kata the other day, and I was just wondering. It looks awfully craney. What's but yeah, okay. Well, I'll
Lost
keep-
his
keep an eye on-
lost his taco when he started doing it again, and it was an awful lot. But again, that's what I state, especially in the upper kata, which is one of the reasons why we used to do that whole, we do all the kata, so you can see the upper level kata. And in my mind, you see more crane the higher you go.
Yeah.
Especially if it's done well, it's the same thing, and so like now you see that like, oh my gosh, there's a ton of crane in this kabuto kata. And where the kata came from, I don't exactly know off the top of my head. That maybe one where someone picked up some teku one day and did the kata, a Hakutsuru kata, and said, hey, that's pretty cool. Or not. So anyway, good deal. Well, hey, it's time to go. All right, thanks for being good guests or good hosts for my friend Aoki Sensei. He's a really nice guy, and got some really good solid karate and a really nice dojo. So Rish.
Right.
2025, we're gonna try and step up the workouts again a little bit more. I've been doing some yoga lately, so I may put some yoga in our warm-ups. I wanna maybe get some ground stuff in there. Wanna work on-
And
Huh?
you froze for a minute there, for me at least. Maybe I was the one that froze.
That was you froze, bro.
Okay.
No, my interconnection is unstable. Anyway, all right, well, hey, 2025, thanks a lot, guys, for training with me. 2024, or most, if not all of it. And looking forward to this next year, being be better than the last. All right, you're not checking. Take us on.
気をつけ後ろ回って右利き飛びをなす正面先生にねどうもありがとうございました先生
ありがとうございました。
先生にねさよなら先生
Very good.
先輩ねどうもありがとうございました先輩
先輩、気をつけ。ありがとうございました。Yay, 2025!
First class 2025